Dear future grandchildren, this is your grandmother, Terica. One day, as you walk through our communities, you will see signs, street signs, with your parents' names on them. I want you to understand something. Those signs didn't just show up. We fought for them. It was hard, and we had to be the first to pioneer. We had to be the first to go places we were never expected to go. There was not one door open, nor was there a handout. But God had already sent his angels before us, clearing the path so that anyone who comes after us would be able to stand just a little bit taller. You will never have to get it out the mud. You will be able to start where we finished. Your parents and you one day will stand on the shoulders of those who refuse to give up. So don't ever let anyone tell you what you cannot do. Keep that mindset that says, watch me. Roll up your sleeves and get it done, even when it feels impossible. And listen, since the beginning of time, there has always been haters. There has always been snakes, people who whisper, people who criticize, people who doubt, people who would try to pull you down. And even what's worse is family who don't want to see you win. They will outcast you and they will make you feel like you do not belong. But don't let that discourage you. If anything, take it as a sign that you're doing something right. With your head held high, I want you to dream as big as you possibly can and carry the strength of every generation that came before you. We love you, Grandma T. Hey, welcome to our ownership power class. Do me a favor. If you feel like I'm going to be writing a letter to my future grandchildren, I want for my future grandchildren to be able to know that, we did it. We got it out the mud. And maybe you don't come from an inheritance, but you're going to be able to leave one. I remember when I was writing that letter, I was very emotional because I always, I'm a big believer. Before I ever own something, I have to first see it. Like, I have to believe it before it's actually within my hand. And so this letter it's like a stake in the ground, if you would. I am placing my stake in the ground and I am making this commitment. And I don't have no grandchildren right now, y'all, like zero, okay? But when I do have grandchildren, this letter has already been written and it already has a timestamp on it. So what we're doing for them today, they'll be able to say Grandma and Grandpa was intentional about leaving us an inheritance. And for some of you, this is your first time ever joining a class like this that's on the internet. And I just want to welcome you. Welcome to the new you. Welcome to being in the room with like-minded people that is on the same mission that you are on. Now, I don't know if any of you are like this. Just put me in the chat. But have you ever felt like I got to get out of this place that I'm in? I need to find some new people to talk to. I need to be able to get in a room where they're making deals happen. I need to have wealth conversations. The people I'm around, they talk about people. So I'm trying to find my tribe. I'm trying to find my community. I'm trying to find people that is on the same assignment that I'm on, which is taking ownership, which is claiming our birthright. I don't know if I feel like any of you in this room feel like that sometimes, but I feel like that. It's not that I'm better than anyone that I started out with. It's not that I'm better than anyone else in my family. It's just that I have an assignment, and because I know I'm called to do something, I can't hang around like I used to. So I got to be able to hang with people that fit my future and not my past. I know what it's like to come from where I come from. I know what that feeling is like. And so I can tell you that you are in the right room. I want you to do me a favor. Share this link with 2 to 3 people that you want to see win, that you want to see have a seat at the table with you. I have this philosophy, and it's also a great book. It's called Never Eat Alone. If I can change one thing that I've done to accumulate the success that I have, if I had to start over and if I had to change one thing, it would be I would go and find business partners, and I would go in rooms like this, and I would hire a coach and a mentor, someone who already is doing what I've done. And I would be record breaking with the results that I would have. That's what I would do different. So share this with 2 to 3 people that you want to see come along the way. My team is dropping the link right now. And I want you to share that with 2 to 3 people that you want to bless, 2 to 3 people that you want to see win. I want you guys to have your friends, your family, whoever it is that want to do this. Now, don't be bringing in Negative Betty and then Negative Betty get put out and she feel played, okay? Don't do that. I want for you to bring in people that wants to do what you're doing. The next thing is this. I have a gift for you guys tonight, okay? For each and every last one of you that stays on to the end of the call, okay? The end of the call, I have something that I'm going to give away to you. Can I bless you tonight? Can I bless you for your obedience? Out of all the places in the world you could have been, you chose to be right here in this ownership power class, getting ready to learn how to get started with real estate investing, getting ready to understand the strategy, and getting ready to be able to make a decision that can change your life. Can I just bless you guys today? Okay, so for those of you who stay to the end, I have a special surprise for you. The season I'm in right now, I don't have my shirt on today, but I normally have it on. It's called, I'm going to do it scared. I'll figure out the rest later, but I'm going to do it scared. Like right now, I have to do it scared. I don't have all of the pieces. I don't know what is next. I just know God has given me plan A. Okay. And with A, the assignment and the requirements and the steps is going to come after I come into agreement with it. So the first thing I need you to do is just come into agreement with your own thought. Take it captive. Okay. And just say, I'm going to do it scared. If I have to get started tonight, I'm going to do it scared. I'm going to do it where it makes me uncomfortable. I'm going to get out my comfort zone because there's a reason why I joined this class. Somebody put do it scared in the chat. There's a reason why I signed up for this class today. There's a reason why I needed to be in this room. I'm telling you now that there's people on different levels inside of this room, and the only decision you have to make is, I'm going to do it scared. I'll figure out the rest later. Okay? So I am excited because guess what else? I am giving away a house this year. Okay? I am giving away a house. I am super excited about that. Every year I give away a property, and I am so blessed to be in a position to do that. We've been doing it for the past 4 years. We're partnered with Habitat for Humanity, and they allow, and what we do is they allow us to be able to give a house away to people just like yourself, right? So it's pretty cool. I'll give you guys more information on how you can qualify to win a house. If you would like to be entered to win a house, just put me in the chat right now. Just put me in the chat. Like, I would love to be entered to win a house. What the heck? We talking about getting the door, and I haven't even learned anything yet. Okay. So tonight I want to take you guys, on a strategic path. Okay. Can y'all help me out with this, please? I'm going to take you guys on a strategic path that is going to allow you to be able to scale, to start, and to be able to execute. Okay. If that is why you here, just put yes in the chat, please. If that is why you here, put yes in the chat. Okay. Are my slides ready? Okay. Perfect. All right. Let's go. All right. So first thing first, for those of you who do not know, I want to take you from being interested to an investor. How many? That's you. I am ready to go from being interested in real estate to becoming an investor in real estate. The first thing you got to come into agreement with is that ownership is your birthright. If you do not believe ownership is your birthright, I promise you, you will not hold on to this. You'll just remain interested. You see, there's a difference between those who's interested and those who are committed. Those who are committed becomes real estate investors. Those who are interested, you're on here just because you want to waste an hour of your time. You're on here knowing you're not going to make a decision on any type of investment because you just have time to waste today. But then there's some of you on here who's like, heck no, I don't have no time to waste. I need to learn. I need some meat and potatoes. Those are the people I'm going to be talking to today. So the reason why I call this class ownership, and I want you to get used to saying the word ownership. In fact, drop it in the chat. I want you to get used to saying the word ownership because that is what the goal is, to have ownership of our time, of our finances, of ourself, of our family. Ownership is us being able to do exactly what we want, when we want, and how we want. Okay. So who is this class for? I get asked that a lot. Like, Coach T, who is this class for? Well, let me know if this is you. This class is for you if you want to invest in real estate, but you feel overwhelmed. Put me in the chat. This class is for you if you've been researching, but still haven't made a move yet. Put me in the chat if you want to build another stream of income. Put me in the chat if you need clarity, strategy, and your next steps. Put me in the chat if you want a path that fits your real life, who you are, a real estate path that's designed for you. Put me in the chat. Put me in the chat if you need a coach who has actually invested and scaled a multi-million-dollar real estate portfolio. Put me in the chat. Now, by the end of this class, I'm going to be working with a few of you guys. I'm probably going to be working with 50 to 60 of you guys in this class, okay? At the end of this, I'm taking 50 to 60 of you with me. How many of you would love to go with me at the end of this class? Just put a 1 in the chat. I'm going to take 50 to 60 of y'all, but you better act fast because I'm telling you, when my classes fill up, they fill up, okay? But I want to be able to get to that part. But before we get to that, I need to make sure you understand that most investors, they get this part wrong, okay? They get this part wrong because they think real estate is a one-size-fit-all, and it's really not a one-size-fit-all, right? Like this is real estate has to be customized to who you are. There's not a one size fit all for everybody. So everybody that's like, go buy you an investment property or a fix and flip or a multifamily deal. They may not know your personal circumstances and your financial resources. And so they're given blind information. So if you take anything away from this class today, I want for you to take that this is not a one size fit all. Okay. Tonight is for the person who knows real estate could be a part of their future, but still feels so unsure about how to get exactly there. My goal is to make it simple. My goal is to give you a roadmap. My goal is to give you 3 strategic decisions that you would have to make. And then from there, you make your own decision. And like I said, I'm going to take a few of y'all with me. All right. So you do not need to be an expert to be in this classroom. In fact, this classroom is very beginner friendly, but don't get it twisted. Your girl have receipts, okay? This class may be beginner specific, but I have 3 different categories of investors, okay, that joins all of my programs. The first one is a launcher, okay? If you're a launcher, just put me in the chat when I say launcher, or you can write launcher. A launcher is someone who owns 0 to 4 doors, okay? And they are, they're looking to be able to get started. Now, I'm going to go deeper into launchers a little bit later, but what's the most challenging thing with launchers is your mindset. Okay? There's a reason why. Can I ask you a question? If you are over 40 years old, why don't you have an investment portfolio? I had to ask hard questions. We're not gonna be like that anymore. We're too grown for this, okay? Then I have my builders, right? My builders is those who own 5 to 20 properties, all right? And my builders are those who's looking to scale to 100 doors. They're not quite there yet, but they're trying to figure it out. So comment builder. Then I have my titans. Okay, we got some builders in the room. Then I got my titans, okay? My titans, you own more than 20 doors, okay? But what you're looking for is scaling. You're looking to break the ceiling. You're probably needing a lot more capital. You're probably in the multi-million-dollar phases of scaling your business. That's probably where you're headed at right now, right? And you just need to understand how investors such as myself go and acquire a large amount of capital like that. So this class is not just for beginners. It was for beginners, but we're able to teach you according to the level that you're on, okay? But as usual, launchers are taking the room, okay? Y'all are in here deep, okay? I'm not mad at it. Now, for those of you who do not know me, my name is Terica Lynn Smith. I am a real estate coach and a real estate developer, and I'll get into exactly what it is that I do. Before I do that, I want to tell you what most investors get wrong, okay? Most beginning investors, they get overwhelmed and overloaded, and so they quit. I need to break this off you right now before we go deeper, because this is where the disconnect takes place. This is where it stops, right? Most beginner investors get it wrong when they're trying to learn from too many places. Okay, tonight I'm here. Tomorrow I'm going to be there. The next day I'm going to be here. The next day I'm going to be there. No, pick a spot and plant your flag. Whether it's learning from me and my team and or finding someone that matches your personality, because I know I'm spicy. I know I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea, okay? I'm okay with that. But for those of you who are my tribe, for those of you who are like, yo, I know I'm gonna be investing with Terica Lynn Smith and her team, you, my people, you already know who you are, okay? Then the next thing most beginning investors get wrong is you don't know what strategy to choose first. You're all over the place. You're chasing two rabbits and you're catching none. You're tired, you're exhausted, right? Growing up, we used to say you're busted and disgusted, okay? We're going to be done with being busted and disgusted. What does busted and disgusted look like? You are sick and tired of your 9 to 5, but you cannot quit it because you got financial obligations and financial responsibilities that if you do not show up to work, they will not get handled, okay? And I know what that's like to be there as well, and I'm telling you, it sucks. It's not a place I want to be. So in order to become who I am today, I had to come into agreement who Terica Lynn Smith was. Now, for a lot of you that don't know me, I didn't just start with all of this. Like, I didn't have no inheritance. I didn't have no rich parents. I didn't have no handouts, right? What I have today, what I've accumulated today, I got out of the mud, okay? And because I got it out of the mud, I have a different type of appreciation for those who's starting with no blueprint, who's starting with, with limited resources, who's starting with having to get it out the mud themselves, right? And so I want you guys to know just a few things about me. I'm not just a real estate person that's online selling you guys courses, because of course I can do that. But that's not who I am, right? I do real estate in real life. I've been doing this for almost 22 years. 22 years. Real estate matters to me because it's what took me from being homeless up under a bridge as a teenage mother. It is what allowed me to become a kingdom-made millionaire. It's what allowed my personal financial statement to go from not being bankable to being bankable. I also have managed, owned, and operated over 1,000+ real estate transactions and properties. I am the owner of the 5-day property challenge. How many of you have joined our 5-day property challenge before? It is insane and it is so good, but it is for those who really want to accept the challenge, okay? I'm not going to brag about it. There's people in here who say they've been on it. They can tell you themselves how their lives have changed. Real estate for me, it was my out. I wasn't the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I wasn't a butter knife either. Okay, so I don't know what type of knife I was. Okay, maybe I was a bread knife. I don't know, but I wasn't the sharpest one in the drawer. In the drawer. What I had to come to realization was that I'm different. The way I learn is different than the way some other people learn. I may not know all the largest words in the world. It's not my responsibility. But if you want to learn how to eat bricks, you're in the right room. Okay? If you came to learn how to eat bricks, put bricks in the chat, right? I have taught virtually over 8,000 students from all around the world. People just like yourself who shows up. Now, I would be lying to you if I said one day I knew I would be online teaching webinars. That definitely was not on my goal list or punch. It wasn't on any of that, right? I honestly thought everybody knew how to buy real estate. I was under the assumption that everybody understood that. And I was approached by, I was doing a deal one day. It was a fix and flip. And I got a phone call from David Shands, and he found out that I do real estate. And he was like, yo, I want to get involved. Well, at first he was super scared and I was like, well, you need to give me X amount of dollars. And he was like, I said, look, fear and favor don't get along. So you either can make a faith decision or you can keep your money and stay with fear. But I don't want your money to come my way. So we ended up, he called me back and he said, look, I'm going to trust you and I'm going to invest the money. He ended up investing the money. We turned that flip around within 6 weeks from renovated, sold, and closed. And then from there, he was like, yo, T, you got to teach the rest of the world about what it is that you're doing. And I was like, what? Now, keep in mind, I've been partnering with investors for years, right? But when David came, he had a different approach, and he was like, yo, you really need to teach this online. And so for those of you who's like, dang, how did you do this and how did you get here? It's because of somebody saying, hey, there's people out there that need help. And so by the grace of God, I've been able to teach all students from all around the world. Okay. So I love a good receipt. Okay. I love when people have receipts. So if you're going to do business with me and you say you do X amount, I like to see receipts. So what I want to show you guys is part of my portfolio, some of the real estate that we actually own. I think it's important that you learn from people who are actually doing the work and not just talking about it. I am not just a course seller. Put receipts in the chat. I'm not just a course seller, okay? I want you to know that I'm not teaching you guys from the information that you read online. All of our stuff comes from stuff that we have done ourselves. So I'm not going to teach you about something that I've never done. I'm teaching from actual ownership and my real world experience, my real life experiences, right? And so when you look at this portfolio, this is 104 units. That's $800,000 a year, gross income. On this picture alone, you're looking at, the page place is 20, so 124 units. 124 units, that's almost $1 million a year gross. Somebody put doors in the chat. Somebody put doors in the chat. You see, I love buying income. This is what it looks like when you buy income. Now, you see those people standing there? They sat in your seat, believe it or not. I did not know them from Adam to Eve. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is why this room is powerful, because you never know who you're going to meet. This is a property that we purchased in Alabama. And while we were walking the property, the lady was like, so who is the owner? And because these people was a part of our 5-day property challenge and they ended up in my Circle of Investors program, they was able to say out their own mouth at the property, we all are. Imagine standing in Alabama. Look at this group. We got 2 light bulbs in this group, and the rest of us is some color folks, okay? And we're standing in Alabama, and we're saying it with our whole entire chest, okay? Our whole entire chest. By the grace of God, we have been able to pay our investors and our partners back successfully. But this is the thing. I don't need y'all money. I can go to the bank just like we did with the 104 units and get approved for millions of dollars on our own. What happens is when you get in a room with people who already have experience, who already have receipts, who already have a banking relationship, you get to leverage their banking relationship for your own relationship when you become a business partner with them. So those who invested in Alabama, that's Talladega, those who invested in Talladega, they can say, I own this $1 million asset. And on top of that, me and my business partner have been doing this for almost 22 years. It's leverage. It's a leverage of relationships. And we teach that a lot on our 5-day property challenge on how to be able to do that. And so you see the new construction and developments. A lot of you saw my ads on Facebook and you signed up for this course today. So these are the homes that we build in this neighborhood. Nobody can beat me in the United States. I would challenge anybody to put their houses up against ours and build them and sell them for what we're selling them at. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, okay, right at about 1,200 plus square feet. Drop in the chat right now how much you think I'm selling this new construction house for. 2-car garage, energy efficient windows, quartz countertops, custom cabinetry. How much do you think I'm selling these houses for? Let's go. These houses, the Circle of Investors on here, can y'all stop answering? Y'all already know the answers. Come on. I see y'all in here. I see y'all names, okay? But I love y'all, okay? Drop them red circles and let them know y'all in the room. This, let me tell you, watch this, pay attention. $185,000 to the end buyer. This ain't no DSL, DDR, Horton type property. This is built by local builders and sold. And so when I tell you that there's nobody who can touch this price range, I have yet to meet, unless they're building tiny homes, and you're still not my competition because of the simple fact, Tiny homes. You can't even compare it to that. You barely could stand up in some of them. But this is a new construction home. So these are the type of receipts that your coach have. Let's keep going. So then this is Portia. She joined from the 5-day property challenge. She joined our circle of investors. And so that same apartment unit that's 104 units, she is a partner with us on it. And she said, I don't know why it's hitting me today, but this makes 106 doors for us this year. Thank you again for exposing me. Somebody put expose in the chat. If you're ready to be exposed, put expose in the chat. She said, thank you for exposing me to unlimited opportunities. That's what she said. So when I look at that and I look at what my students have done, this goes beyond what me and Derek have built. I want you to see what happens when everyday people get in the right room. They have the right support and they got the right opportunity. One of the things I'm most proud of is being able to help people in our Circle of Investor program become real estate investors. And all of our students that go through the 5-day property challenge understand the process and the framework. Frederick Douglass says this: knowledge makes you unfit to be a slave, right? Portia used the 5-day property challenge to stop overthinking and to start building in real life. I know that you're scared. I know that you're not going to call it you being scary because nobody want to be called scary, but that's what it is. I was trying to help you out, but that's what it is, right? It's fear. And I'll tell you that fear and favor are natural enemies of each other and they will not get along. So if fear and favor cannot be in the same room, you might as well go ahead and pick a side today. You're going to have to pick either I'm going to continue to be exactly where I'm at and I'm going to continue hopping on the internet, listening to all these different people. And one day I'm going to figure it out. And our faith, I put my flag in the ground. I plant it here and I will not be moving. I shall not be moved. So this is 3 decisions every new investor must make. Okay. 3 decisions. I think my slides are messed up. Right? So 3 decisions every new investor must make. Okay? It's going to be the readiness, your strategy fit, like what works for you, and your next move. So now that you know who I am and what I've done, I help create real estate investors around the world. I take you from being interested to committed. I take you from being interested to an investor, right? 3 reasons most interested people never become investors. Can I give it to you? Right? Number 1, they believe that their readiness is money, and it is not. Ask yourself the question, are you ready to walk? Are you ready this year to start making investments? Right? So you can literally categorize it this way, right? Your mindset, consistency, your money habits, your credit awareness, your time capacity, and your willingness to learn and act, right? Being ready does not always mean having everything perfect. It means understanding your starting point clearly enough to make the next decision. That's what it means, right? Being ready does not always mean having everything together. Can y'all just release that right now, that I need to have everything together before I make one single move? How has that been going for you? Can I just ask, how have that been going for you? Because I have to imagine that it has to be a feeling of just being stuck. And if we're honest, we're tired of being stuck. We're tired of being in that position where it goes like that, right? So what does readiness actually looks like? You may be more ready than you think, okay? If you're willing to learn in sequence. You may be more ready if you can be honest with yourself about your finances. You may be ready if you're open to starting small. We will not get rich overnight, y'all. The transfer of wealth is from the impatient to the patient. I know those who want instant gratification will not be long-term investors. You may be ready if you're willing to make a plan and follow it. I will write the plan and I will plan the work and I will work the plan. I said it backwards. I plan to work and I will work the plan. That's how it goes. Right? So this is where, again, it's like, am I ready to make a decision? Because I never done this before. But am I ready to do it? That's why I got on here tonight, because I want to know if I'm ready to do it. So the first thing is your readiness, okay? The second thing is going to be choosing the right strategy. Not every real estate path is for every person, right? You may want to get into house hacking where you live in your house and you rent out one of the rooms inside your house, or you buy a fourplex, meaning 4 units. Somebody put 4 units in the chat. Buy 4 units, live in one, use another one to pay your mortgage, and use the other 2 to cash flow. You can get a fourplex. Let's just say a fourplex costs $100,000. All you would have to put down, depending on your credit and everything, is about $3,500. How many of you put more down on a car? I'm just saying, a car is a depreciating asset. You got a few $1,000s to put down. You can put that down on a fourplex, live in one if you don't got no children and you single or married or whatever the case may be. Heck, even if you got 1 kid, it may be a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Do you guys understand that? So what happens is this: if you do house hacking, and let's just say you do a fourplex, which is 4 units, 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom. Let's just say you're living in one. Okay, let's say your mortgage on this property is $1,000. Let's say you charge $500 per door for the remaining 3 doors. That's $1,500. You're living in one, you're building equity. What? I can do all of this right now. Yes. And guess what? It's a residential loan. It's not even commercial. You can buy up to 4 units residential. Get the seller to pay your closing costs, and you just come up with your down payment. FHA is $3,500, 3.5% down. Can you afford that? Can you get started right now with something like that? Just put yes in the chat. Like, dang, I thought I needed way more than that, Coach T. Like, no. What about a buy and hold? My first buy and hold I got for $5,000. I used my real estate tax return. I turned around and put $3,000 into that huckleberry. It appraised for $60,000. Is it good? 3 bedrooms, 1 bath. I still rent it out. What about partnerships? Right? You may not have the right credit, but there's somebody in this room that can be your partner who got the credit. Maybe you got money and not credit. Maybe you got credit and not money. But then you start leveraging your relationships and your partnerships. I spoke at a conference this past week and I said, hey, I'll give $1 million. I'll invest $1 million into a real estate investment opportunity that's over 50 units. Out of 5,000 people, only 3 people had a potential opportunity. You sleeping on opportunities. You sleeping on underwriting. You sleeping on being able to bring a deal to the table. Right? And then wholesaling, I can go on, but there's so many strategies. And of course, we talk about this in the 5-day property challenge. But I just want you guys to understand that this right here, these are all possibilities, but it's not a one size fit all. The goal is not to copy what somebody else is doing. The goal is to choose the right investing strategy for yourself, for your lifestyle, for your goals. That's what it is. You got to choose your own strategy. All right. So let's keep going. I want to talk about this more, right? So which path fits you more? Okay. Which path fits you more? Example number 1, you can just put 1, 2, or 3. You have limited savings, high financial responsibilities, right? Your potential fit might be house hacking, partnerships, creative financing. That may be your strategy right there. How many of you would love to learn more about example number 1? Example number 2, you got stable income, meaning you've been at your job a while, but you're overwhelmed and you're afraid to choose wrong. You don't want to choose the wrong investment vehicle. You're like, oh my God, I don't want to make a mistake. Is that you? I don't want to make a mistake, people. Right? The potential fit for you is probably a buy and hold with a clear acquisition plan and a coach. How many of you would love a coach, a mentor? How many of you would love to stand on my shoulders? Like I said, I'm going to take a few of y'all with me if you're ready. And then example number 3 is you're motivated, but you have low confidence and no structure. Your potential fit is you need education. You need to learn this game more, okay? You need strategy, you need coaching, you need mentorship, you need accountability. How many of you would love to be held accountable for the decisions you're making today? Which path fits right for you? So then let's look at this. So, when you're looking at this, right, these examples help you evaluate where you are. Let's go, team. Right? These examples help you. Right? There's some of you who's like, I always need more information. No, you don't. Because you don't do nothing with the information you have. Can I just pop that bubble right now? You don't do nothing with the information you have already. Okay? So let's just stop that. You don't need more information. Okay? You need a deal. You need somebody holding you accountable. You need someone to tell you, no, you're not getting another piece of information until you do something with the last set of instructions I gave you. Okay? Your next move is not to learn everything. All right? This is decision number 3. It's not to learn everything. It's to define your investing goal. How many of you would love to do that? I want to define my investing goal, choose one strategy and study it, learn the local markets and or the market I want to be in, join the 5-day property challenge. If that's you, put me in the chat. Get in the right room with support and structure. What is your next move? You don't need to know all of that right now. But what I can tell you is your next move is not having an entire business plan laid out. It's not knowing everything you're going to do. That's why faith is required, right? So your next move is not to learn everything. The people who move forward are usually not the people who know the most. They are the people who know what to do next. The reason why I'm successful is not because I know all of it. I don't know everything, guys. I still learn, okay? I am a student of this. I enjoy real estate so much that I remain a student in it. So I never get into a place where nobody can teach me anything, okay? And so because I'm a student of this and because I actually love this, all I need to know is what to do next. How many of you is like, I just need to know what to do next, Coach T? Like, what is my next step? What is my next action plan? That's why I said, if it's, example number 1, example number 2, or example number 3, you already know what it is, right? I would say most of you on here that's launchers, your next set of instructions is the 5-day property challenge so you can get more education, right? Let's talk about whenever you're defining your investing goal, right? You choose one strategy to study. You learn the local markets. You go from interested to I'm making a decision. I'm making a decision. That's it. I'm making a decision, right? Fear leaves no room for strategy. The reason why a lot of you cannot strategize, the reason why a lot of you cannot see the end of the road is because you have no strategy, right? You have none. Whenever you have your next decision, right? And clarity is very powerful, but clarity without support often turns back into confusion. So you may leave here today with clarity and you may say, dang, Coach T has taught me so much. I can go now and start investing. But clarity without support turns into confusion. That is why so many smart people stay in research mode far too long. right? That is why. So whenever I look at, and I say fear leaves no room for strategy, because you've been having this made up fear in your head that I'm going to lose everything if I start investing today. And oh my gosh, all my money is going to be gone. And oh my gosh, this is going to take place. And oh my gosh, what happened if this happened? And oh my God, what if that happens? And what if this person don't buy the property? And what if I buy this property and I pay too much? And what if I do this? Like, those are the never ending thoughts, guys. You're not alone. I promise you, you're not alone in this. Okay. I even have to tell myself, be quiet in my head. Be quiet. Like, be quiet. So let me tell you what I'd do if I had $0. Is that okay? Can I tell you what I'll do if I had $0 and had to start again? Let's rock and roll. The first thing I do is focus on buying income. I will be focused on buying income. What does that mean? I need a building for every single bill I have. My first property, okay? I was able to cover a light bill, a few $100s. It wasn't much. But you know what? It felt good not having to pay the light bill from my paycheck. It's time for us to stop relying on this, what we can do in the physical, and start believing what we can do in the natural. Put that natural, that supernatural to work for you, period. It's so easy to be motivated today in this room, and once you leave here, the motivation, it expires right from up under you. I'm buying buildings for every bill I have. We've been hustling backwards. We've been using our hard-earned paycheck, our earned income to pay bills. That's just what we've been taught. Somebody say, it ends today. If I had $0, I'll look at this rectangle. I will look for free mobile homes. Now, for those of you who's up north and you don't know that people live in these things, baby, let me tell you something. I have several properties, okay, mobile home parks that cash flow, okay? These are some money printing machines. Do you understand? Everybody need a place to stay. Everybody need a place to stay. Yours may be brick and mortar. Some people may be mobile homes. I absolutely love mobile homes. And guess what? When you own the mobile home park, you get paid for dirt. Have you ever imagined getting paid for the dirt that you're walking on? Nobody calling me for repairs because I own the dirt. That means they're responsible for all of their repairs. It's a great feeling. In Georgia, I hear they charge anywhere from $500 to $700 for a lot rent. Louisiana, we're probably at $300 to $400 right now in lot rent. Imagine if you have 100 of those and they're bringing in, let's just say $300 a month times 100. How much is that? 30 grand a month? Jeez. And you up here turning your nose up at this rectangle box with these 3 windows in the front. I love these things, okay? I absolutely love these things, okay? As a real estate investor, take yourself out of it. Stop saying, if you lived here, I would do this. No. As a real estate investor, I'm going to do what make the numbers work. As a real estate investor, I'm going to do what make the numbers work, okay? So the first thing I'll do is I'll find this for free on Facebook, okay? Craigslist. I'll see wherever they're giving away free mobile homes. It's probably going to say free mobile home needs to be moved. I will look for the ones that need light work, and I will do a bill of sale with the owner. So now I own it. Guess how much I paid for it? Put it in the chat. How much did I pay for it? I just signed a bill of sale. Exactly. So if I had $0, we would agree that if I got this mobile home for free, that I am working with $0 still. Okay. Let's keep cooking. Somebody said we cooking today. So because I know the trailer got to be moved and I don't have the tokens in my bank account, I would look for a partner in this room. Somebody say in this room. There's 800 people in this room, 700, 600, 500, whatever the number is. Okay, I can't see it. Whatever that number is in the room, I would be looking in this room. Hey, do anybody on here have $8,000 to invest into a real estate investment opportunity? Just put yes in the chat if you do. Do anybody on here have the opportunity? Look at all this money in here, but there's nobody with an opportunity. You so focused on needing money that you pass over an opportunity. There's nothing that's going to go up under my prophetic radar. So what does that mean, right? I will find a partner, $8,000, do a JV deal with them, or if I had really great credit, guess what I would do? I would leverage a credit card, $8,000 credit card. And I would look to get a 12-month no-interest credit card, okay? I would look to do a 12-month no-interest credit card. Now, how many of you would do number one? How many of you would do number two? But guess what you have? Options. You're in a room with options, okay? So then I would invest the $8,000 because we cooking now. Somebody put cooking in the chat. We're cooking right now. So then I would invest the $8,000 upfront cost to move and set up the trailer because I said it got to be moved off the property. So I would take $4,000 of it and I will move it. And then I would take $3,000 and I would renovate the trailer. So now I'm into this trailer for $7,000. What? And I will put $1,000 in reserves. That's my $8,000. You see, we got to stop making real estate this huge elephant when it's not. What I love about real estate is it's entry level for anybody to join. Any one of you can be an owner if you just say, I want to do it and I'm making a decision today to do it. So now that I did that, once I finish all that and it looks really, really pretty. Ooh, look at all these doors. These some rooftops right here, baby. Oh, shit, you're going to hear the New Orleans and Cajun come out me at the same time. What does that mean? Look at all of these rooftops. They're all paying one person. What? They're all paying one person. If you're not impressed by this, you're on the wrong call. Because every time I see this, I get excited. I hear tokens. I hear ching-a-ling-a-ling-ling-ling. Right? So what I would do is I would take that trailer that I moved from the first park and I moved it over here. And I would take the trailer and I would do what's called the RTO, put RTO in the chat. I would rent to own that sucker for 24 months. Now, why would somebody do a rent to own on a trailer? Why wouldn't they just buy a house? Because they don't have the credit, because they don't have a down payment, because they haven't been at their job long enough. Whatever the reason may be. There's people that need to RTO. So I'm going to provide an opportunity for everyone. I told my team this year at my in-person real estate conference, it's the Super Bowl of real estate. Every year we have it in Atlanta, Georgia. That's where I give away the house at. This year, I want everybody to leave with something. You either going to leave with deals, doors, or dollars. You're going to leave with deals, doors, or dollars, or direction. That was the other one, right? So let's get back on this. So this RTO, I would do it. I would find a buyer and I would tell them that they need to put $5,000 down payment and the RTO a month is $850. $850. Guess what happens? You get no maintenance phone calls because they did a rent to own. That means they're responsible for all the repairs in here. So now you collected $5,000 from them and you're taking $850 a month from them in rent. And what happened if they get evicted? Then you repeat this process. Take another $5,000 down payment because this money is non-refundable that they're giving to you. You don't have to pay it back to them. You don't have to pay it back. So $5,000 down payment, $850 a month rent to own RTO. Am I cooking or is it just hot in here? Like, let me know if this is good for you guys. Like, comment in the chat right now that if you are learning right now, put cooking in the chat. Because I told you when you clicked on that link and you signed up for this class, I wanted to show you how to do it on a level where it's understandable. All right, good. Okay, somebody put mailbox money in the chat. Do we smell anything in the air? Some mailbox money, perhaps? Bone Thugs and Harmony, first of the month. I finally understand what that song mean. I thought it was the Social Security check. Now it's the first of the month. Wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. So with this one deal that we've been breaking down, the amount of income generated for 24 months, 2 years, is $20,400. The down payment is $5,000. So the total amount collected is $25,400. $25,400. Would you like to make that type of mailbox money? Like, of course, there's nothing guaranteed. But what if you was able to run a play like this and get these results? Would you be happy with that? Let's not forget, you started with zero. Some of you just need to get the experience up under your belt. You just need to do one deal. Maybe you break even, but at least you get the education of it, right? So then it's payday. Somebody put payday in the chat. Payday. So the initial investment was $8,000. The lot rent was $250 a month times 2 years, which came out to about $6,000. The total expenses is about $14,000. So I take the $25,400 minus the $14,000. It leaves me with $11,400. I take that $11,400 and I take 10% off of that, which is $1,140. And now the net profit is $10,260. Somebody put payday in the chat. So you mean to tell me we started at zero and I have the potential to net 10,000? Split it 50-50 if you got a JV partner, 5,000, and the experience? I think it's worth it. Well, do you think it's worth it? I said in the beginning, you got to be willing to start small. Some of you haven't started because you're trying to start so big that it scares you. But maybe this is how you get in there and you understand it. Maybe this is how you make your next move. How many of you be like, Coach T, there's not properties out there no more for $5,000? Like, I don't believe you. I don't know if there's properties out there anymore for $5,000. Well, guess what? There's a site called auction.com and you can start bidding for properties as little as $1. Hey, am I canceling all of these, what's the word I'm looking for? Am I canceling all of these, what's the word I'm looking for? Objections? Am I canceling that? Like, am I making real estate simple for you right now? Because the only thing that's going to stand in your way is your decision, your ability to make a decision. That's the only thing that's going to be in your way. I wish I can take each and every last one of y'all with me, but I understand your mindset is too broken. You won't prosper around me. I'm going to irritate you. I'm going to upset your spirit because faith and fear don't get along. Faith and fear does not get along. Favor and fear does not get along. Neither one. So once you do all of that with the property and they pay you off in 24 months, guess what? Do it again and again until you get your capital up to go do a fix and flip if that's what you're interested in. And or if you want to get another buy and hold and or put money to the side for a partnership. You have options, right? So this is a site that you guys can go look at, right? Can I tell you what keeps smart people stuck? It's called the execution gap. Some of you are super smart on here. All of my people that went to college, just drop a 1 in the chat right now. Y'all are super smart. Y'all went to college, you graduated, you got a very nice career, you got a decorated title. You know what I'm saying? Like you really have. And look, I'm not saying it to be sarcastic. I'm being serious, right? But what happens is you see people like, I look at my business partner. His name is Derek. You'll meet him. We call him One Chain when we go to the conference in Atlanta. But I look at people like this, and me and Dee was having a conversation one day, and we, and really not just one day, throughout a bunch of different conversations. And I kept hearing the same pattern over and over again. So I said, you know what? I need to call it out. Too much information keeps you stuck. No order keeps you stuck. Fear of doing wrong keeps you stuck. No accountability keeps you stuck. No trusted guide resources keeps you stuck. Trying to figure it all out alone keeps you stuck. The corporate mindset is the biggest one. The corporate mindset. Am I touching anybody right now? Am I hitting on anybody right now? Like this is where you are. You're so smart and you can do so much. So one day I told D, I said, hey, if we invest in this property this way, you'll get your money back out of it and you can go do it again. And he was like, no way. Now this is D. He has an MBA. He is one of the smartest men I know. Okay. Like I ask him all kind of nerdy questions because I know he has an answer. Okay. He's like my human. He's like my human AI. Okay. I know I can get a response. He ain't going to freeze up. He's going to know it. Okay. I just believe in him that much. But he could not believe what I was telling him until we did it. Now, for most of you, what you do not know is I charge 50% of a profit. So I typically make anywhere from $20,000 to $50,000 on a deal when I partner with someone, and I get paid first. I come first, right? So like when he started working with me and all of my investors, they were paying me 5 figures just to be able to bring them opportunities and get the deal to the closing table. I understood my value. I understood my worth. I understood that, hey, if I'm about to make you X amount of dollars, then this is what my fee is. It was non-negotiable. D had no issue with paying that fee. In fact, I think I probably made close to $100,000 with that deal, deals with D together, combined, right? But I understand what I bring to the table. So it's one thing if you're smart and moving and executing. It's another thing if you're smart and stuck, because there's something that aggravates you on a daily basis that you know needs to be done, but you cannot figure it out. So can I tell you, you do not need a bag. You need a blueprint. Let me show you 3 ways, right, that I believe you can get a blueprint, okay? But before I do that, can I show you guys what freedom looks like? Have you ever thought about what freedom looks like to you? Right? Okay, wrong slide. But it'll work, right? This is what freedom looks like to me. Standing in front of this street sign with my son. I'll never stop telling this story. I will never stop telling this story because nobody knew the 10 sets of hell I had to walk through to stand before this sign. Nobody knows the battles I had to fight. Nobody knows how many doors I had to kick in. Nobody knows how many tables had to be flipped to stand before this sign. So when I say I'll never stop talking about how I put my children's name on street signs, when I tell you I'll never stop talking about how I developed a community for them, when I tell you I'll never stop talking, I want for generations after me to understand what we went through to be standing here today. Ownership means my children will never start where I started. They'll start where I finished. It means the ceiling I had to fight through, the ceiling I had to get through becomes the floor that they stand on. Because real estate isn't just an investment, it's a legacy. And a legacy is the truest form of freedom. So when you ask me why I do this and why I'm so passionate about it, it's because I understand the assignment that's on my life. I am going to take territory. I am going to be a dominionaire. Somebody put dominionaire in the chat. I will become a dominionaire. That means that I'm going to have hundreds and thousands of acres. I'm trying to get on Queen Elizabeth level. I'm trying to get on McDonald's level. I'm trying to get on Walgreens level. I'm trying to get on Walmart level. You see, you thinking small, I'm thinking wide because I'm paying attention to the heavy real estate players here. And what they're not saying is, should I make an investment into real estate? No, they're taking it by force. Do you know land is the only thing they're not making any more of? And if you got to compete with people that got billions of dollars in the bank and they're buying up hundreds and thousands of acres of land for these AI generating farms that they have to build, these Bitcoin farms, all of this stuff that needs water and it needs land, all of this stuff, the billionaires are buying it right now while you're sleeping. And the only thing people do whenever a billionaire come in and buy up everything is they get on Facebook and tell everybody gentrification has taken place in my neighborhood. But I don't know about you guys. I'm sick and tired of having those conversations. Why can't we own it? You see, when I started real estate, I'll be lying if I said I was doing this for all the people in the community. Heck no. I don't even know people in the community like that. I was doing it for my legacy. I was doing it for my children. Now the mission has become bigger because I know I'm going to be a dominionaire and I'm going to take territory. So that means that I got to take more land than what I've been doing. And I got to be able to do it because I understand they're not making any more of it. That's what I understand. It's a legacy. So I started, right? Like I said, I started with a few simple steps. Buildings over bills. New slide. Buildings over bills. That's what was important to me. How many of you got some bills that need to be replaced with buildings? How many of you got some bills that need to be replaced with buildings? How many of you got some bills that need to be replaced with buildings? You see, right now, the reason why I'm questioning you is because I don't know how bad you want it. Being committed is on another level. I'm blood bought. That means I am all in, baby. That means that there's nobody who can stop my assignment and what I'm headed for. Why are you here in this room? For buildings over bills? Is that why you're here in this room? You see, let me tell you this real quick. Kingdom moves. That's my daughter. She's in real estate with me right now. She probably owns more real estate than most of you on here because there's a lot of lunchers in here. I'm not trying to embarrass you or anything. You said you was a luncher. My daughter is a builder. She's 21. I look at her and I be like, I wish I had your energy. You know what I'm saying? She be running circles around me right now. But I'm so grateful that I'm passing on generational wealth. What is generational wealth? Generational knowledge? What good is it for me to be able to understand this and break these barriers and end this cycle, but not give my children the baton to carry it on? Oh, they will know how to carry it on. They will know how to carry it on. You see, in the 5-day property challenge, I teach you how to go from vision to blueprint, how to focus on deals, decisions, and discipline that actually builds equity, how to create alignment between you and who you are going to be while you're building. Right? So what I want to ask you right now is, do you feel like right now, knowing, dang, I just learned all of this in this amount of time. I can't imagine working with Coach T and her team. Can I teach you guys some more? Would you allow me and my team to teach you more? There's a lot of things I know you want to learn more of. There's a lot of things I know you want to be a part of. There's a lot of opportunities that I know you would love to be involved in. I know there's a lot of people with questions, right? But like I said, I know the value that I bring and I know what we're going to give you guys. So let me and my team, if you like us, right, you can hire us. Like I said, I'm going to take a few of y'all with me, only a few. If that is you, put one in the chat. If I've been able to lay out today, number one, what it is you need to do, put a 1 in the chat. If I've been able to show you how to start from zero right now, get off the live and go figure it out on Facebook, put a 1 in the chat. I'm very confident in my teaching skills and my team teaching skills. I can tell you now, it is extremely hard to beat Terica Lynn Smith. It's extremely hard to beat me and anybody that I've taught how to underwrite deals because we stay in the market. I just did a deal over the weekend. The agent said, oh my goodness, it was only listed for an hour. How did you even know about this deal? It is my business to know what's on the market. It is my business to know what's on the market. It is my responsibility to make sure that I got my thumb on the market and I know what's going on. Imagine if I didn't check the market that day. Imagine if I said I was going to do it tomorrow. Let's go. Imagine if I said, you know what, maybe later, maybe right now is not the time. I found 100+ unit where the units are less than $15,000 a door. Let's go, team. Right? $15,000 a door. What does that mean? Bruh, $15,000 a door, and it's a value add, and I know that I'm probably invest a few $1 million into it, and I'll be able to probably sell it for double. You see, while you sitting there trying to make $5, I'm sitting there multiplying millions. That's what my goal is. That's what my objective is. I can scale and do a whole lot more. The same amount of time it takes to make $1 is the same amount of time it takes to make $1 million. So I'm going to spend my time making $1 million. Oh, Coach T, dang it. What are you talking about? Jesus Christ. Somebody say, get in a room. Say, I need to be in that room where they're talking about those type of deals, where they have opportunities for me to be able to get in like that. So for those of you, you heard me talking about the 5-day property challenge, right? So the 5-day property challenge, I'm going to break down exactly what the 5-day property challenge is. And then it's on you if you want to hire us to go to work for you. That means you're going to show up to class. That means you're going to put in the work. That means you're going to do everything that needs to be done to be able to get a clear roadmap on where it is you are going to be headed. So this 5-day property challenge, if you think this 1 hour has challenged you, you have seen nothing yet. I'm telling you now, you have seen nothing yet. Okay. And this is for all the ones that went to college. Okay. Even if you didn't go to college, it's going to wear you out. But you got a different tenacity. It's the ones that are test takers and they pass it on the first time. Okay. You get your notebook and your pen ready. On day 1, we focus on the mindset of a real estate investor. So I'm breaking down that stinky thinking. I'm breaking down all of the ways that, you've built over the years. And we're being able to teach you new habits of what a real estate investor actually is, right? We help structure your real estate business for protection, clarity, and growth. Meaning we talk to you about different entities and different setup structures like that. We create a simple action roadmap based according to your goals because one size does not fit everybody's size. It's not one size fit all. Okay. On day 2, we're going to do what's called using OPM, which is other people money. How many of you would love OPM? Put me in the chat right now. How many of you would love to have OPM? Put me in the chat right now. By the end of day 2, you'll know how to evaluate deals and position them for funding. You see, some of you just need to get really good at underwriting. All of you that's good with numbers and love math, this is where you can excel at because investors such as myself, we need deals presented to us on a daily basis. And imagine if you're underwriting deals and presenting deals before us and saying, hey, I have an opportunity for you. The only thing I would like is maybe some equity inside the deal. What? You ain't bring no money to put in the deal? You just brought an opportunity? Absolutely. You can get in the room, OPM. The next thing is I give you guys what's called my deal analyzer tool, which is a real estate calculator that my business partner, Derek, created. And the way he created this was through Excel. He really worked on this himself, built the formulas out and made sure that it was a machine. Okay. You can't beat me because we got tools like this. Why? I still like to count on pen and paper, but I also know how to put it inside our deal analyzer and make that machine work for me. Oh, yeah, we talking spicy right now. This is good. All right. If you can use this, just put me in the chat. If you can use day 1 and 2 of the 5-day property challenge, just put me in the chat. Right. Mastering real estate formulas, right? Knowing your numbers or lose the money. You'll master the key real estate formulas that make deal analysis fast and simple. You'll have a repeatable way to run the numbers and spot strong deals faster. I am very good at the 1%. I am extremely good at the 2%. You can't beat me because I'm going to run the numbers super fast and I'm going to know already what it's going to take to do the renovations because I got 22 years in this game. But when you partner with someone that got 22 years, when you have a coach, a mentor of someone who got this experience, somebody say leverage in the chat. I can leverage Coach T experience, right? Then on top of that, I give you my project costing guide. Now, what's cool about this is everything I'm showing you guys, we have 4 different ticket tiers, okay? We have our titanium ticket, which is our highest level of ticket, okay? And then we have platinum, which is right up under titanium, which means you're an upgrade away from being at the front of the room. Then we also have our VIP package, which allows you to get our workbook. What? You get a real estate workbook to follow along for 5 days straight. Take your notes. All you got to do is print that workbook out. You get my project costing sheet, right? Day 4, finding deals fast. We have software and partnership deals where we partner with some of the top deal finding companies in the United States. Of course, my access is your access. So when I get an opportunity and when I get a chance and when I get a deal or some type of incentive, I'm passing it down to the people that's in the room with me. I'm passing it down. That's what happens. You know, I think about Lot. He got rewarded very wealthy because he was attached to Abraham. This dude had no anointing of his own. Okay? He didn't even have a clear assignment. But because of proximity, because of who he was attached to, because the assignment was for Abraham, it wasn't for Lot. But because Abram was favored, pressed down, shaken, and runneth over, he poured out on Lot. That's why everything I touch, I know turns to gold. I can't be touching any and everything. I also know misalignment, being in partnership and being aligned with the wrong person will cause you not to hear from God until you get them detached from you. How do I know that? Was because the second time God spoke to Abraham, the second time God spoke to Abraham, after Lot separated from him, after Lot left him, he told Abraham, I'm about to bless you generationally, 300 plus years. He also said, God was very specific. He said, this is for your children. He was very clear then because the first assignment was take your family. Lot was a part of his family. So the second go around when God came back after Lot left, Abraham was able to hear God. Some of you can't hear what God is telling you because you still attached to what you were supposed to release. Some of you can't hear what your next steps are because you got a lot sitting on the side of you. You got a lot in the room. You got a lot in your life. You got a lot that's making you think that you're crazy and you know you're not crazy. It's time for you to come out of agreement with the lots in your life because lots are not welcome in our room. Period. Lots are not a welcome in our room. They're takers. You know who the takers are in your life. They take so much from you, they forget to call and tell you happy birthday. But they surely don't forget to call you when they need some money. Get these lots out your life. Somebody say day 5. Day 5. Well, before I even get to day 5, for titanium, okay, if you guys do titanium tonight, I got a special for you guys. I'm going to give you how to find deals fast with PropStream. I'm going to give you 7 days free. Okay, that's my partnership with PropStream. Already getting resources and tools. You'll be ready before the 5-day property challenge start because you'll have the deal analyzer. You'll already be on PropStream looking to work deals. And we also got a training that we're going to be doing to get you ready. So we got a lot of incentives for you guys. So we help you identify leads, research property, and market to your leads. Somebody put titanium. It is the best ticket to have. Day 5, I teach you how to build a successful real estate team just as I have. By the end of day 5, you'll have systems, a blueprint to operate like the CEO that you are. And guess what? If you don't have all the right people on your team, guess what you can do? Leverage. How many of you understand leverage? Right? So, real quick, before the property challenge, right? You're unsure where to start or what to buy. I need my own money to invest. This is how you are before. Your scattered strategies and analysis paralysis. Not sure how to spot a good deal fast. Doing everything alone with no process. And then after the 5-day property challenge, you have the investor mindset, a clear business foundation. You have confidence using OPM and underwriting deals. You have proven formulas to analyze deals quickly, a repeatable plan to find deals fast, systems and a team with a roadmap to scale smoothly. If this is what you want, put me in the chat. If you are tired of guessing and ready to grow, this challenge will show you how to analyze, how to think, and how to execute like a real estate investor. That's what this does, right? Some of you are a decisive person. You just needed a path, okay? You didn't know this was the path you needed, right? Are you the kind of investor who needs a lot more details before committing, right? And then you're probably thinking, okay, my goodness, but I'm still a beginner. This may not work out for me. I need more money. I need more information. I'm not sure if I understand everything yet. I'm not sure if I'm ready. What if I still have questions? Somebody say, get in the room. Get in the room, right? This is exactly why I created the 5-day property challenge. This is built for clarity, not perfection. This gives you a process. You do not need to know everything before joining, right? So let me talk to you about titanium, okay? So with the 5-day property challenge, you get the virtual training with me and my team. You get the bonus training with my special guest speakers. You get access to the private challenge only community. You get the exclusive workbook. You get the Telegram group chat, which I'm in that group chat, so I'll be watching what y'all be texting. You get the closed door virtual networking night where you can potentially find a business partner. You get access to you get access to be able to ask me questions throughout the week. That's 5+ hours right there. How many of you would love to just ask me some questions? Just put me in the chat. Can I bless you with more? Like, this chat need to be going crazy. Can I bless you with more? Now that we got all the ones that's not going to be getting a bonus at the end out the way, can I start blessing you now? This is what I love. You see, one year at the property challenge, we had to pull 7 names until we got to the person name that was in the room. No missed opportunities this year. I'm also going to give you a complimentary ticket to a complimentary titanium ticket to my in-person event, which allows you to be registered to win a house. Y'all remember I was talking about the house, right? So you will be entered to win a house. Okay, this is titanium. On top of that, on June 1st, somebody put June 1st in the chat. If you purchase titanium tonight, okay? If you purchase titanium tonight, I am going to allow you to come down to Louisiana and do a property tour with me and ask me questions. Now, this is a very small room, okay? It's not like my big rooms, okay? This is a small, intimate room. Somebody say, take action now, okay? You have to take action if you want to come to this meetup in person. You have to take action. Success loves speed. And the only way to get in this room is by acting fast as a titanium ticket purchaser. Do you find value in this? Do you feel like you need this? Just put, I need this in the chat. If you feel like I need this, put, I need this in the chat. I told you, we're going to make a decision now and figure out the rest later. The easiest decision you're going to make is to invest in your education. The hardest decision you have to make and continue making is to show up every single day to do exactly what's needed. So then I'm going to do 3 events for the price of 1. What does that mean? So we're going to do the virtual event June 8th through the 12th. Then you get to come to Atlanta July 31st because you got to be in person to win the house. Okay, so July 31st to August 1st is our PC Live 2026 conference, okay? And then you also get to come to Lafayette on June 1st for an in-person event. If you purchase titanium tonight, that offer will be expiring because we have a small room, okay? I'm just being honest with you guys. We'll have a small room and that room fill up. But if you are serious about like just coming and getting in the room, your next business partner may be in this room. It may be in the room. They may be in the room waiting on you. If you got a deal, bring it in the room. All right. So you get all of this up under titanium, right? All of this up under titanium. Before I share the ticket price, can I ask you a question? What would it be worth to have this kind of direct access, education, and support from me and my team? What would it be worth to you? And I'm looking at names in the chat right now. I'm looking at the action takers right now. What would it be worth to you? Access, direct access, right? Education, support, process. Now, a lot of you say it's priceless, and some of you put a price tag on it. But the question you got to ask yourself is, what is it worth to you? Because only you're going to do that. Only you're going to make that decision. And tonight I'm talking to decision makers. I'm talking to the ones that's still inside this room and saying, God, dog it, I got to figure this out. I'm going to do this and I'm going to figure out the rest later. But tonight I'm making a decision. Tonight I'm moving forward. If this woman taught me what she taught me in 1 hour, I can't imagine what she's going to do for 2.5 hours for 5 days straight. I can't imagine. But I would love to be in that room and I would love to learn and I would love to be a part of this. If you would love to be a part of this, put me in the chat right now. Now, I told you I charged Derek almost 6 figures in all the deals that we did together to be my partner. I charged him 6 figures. And this is what I'm charging you guys today. $997 gets you in the room. $997 gets you titanium. $997 gets you a in-person meetup in Lafayette. Is it worth it for you? No excuses, just execution. Of course, I know what my value is. I know what my worth is. But I also know what sometimes people just need a stepping stone. Sometimes people just need an opportunity. Sometimes people just need a chance. Don't get scared now because you see an amount. Get serious. And ask yourself the question, do I want to be in the exact same place I was last year at this time? You get 3 events for the price of one. 5 days virtual, in person here in Louisiana, June 1st. And then July 30th, Atlanta, Georgia. We're taking over Atlanta. We're going crazy in Atlanta. We're going crazy. Y'all haven't even seen me advertise PC Live 2026 yet, and our room block is almost full. It's probably already full. I haven't even gotten this week update yet. But that's how powerful it is. So comment in the chat right now, I'm joining. Like, click the link. My team should have dropped the link in the chat for you guys. Go right now and get your titanium ticket. Go right now. And I want to be able to pull someone up tonight to ask you, what made you make that decision? What made you make the decision that I'm going all in tonight? Come on, team. All in. Why are you going all in? Why is this personal for you? Why does this matter? Why does this matter? I'm going all in, Coach T. I'm going all in. I want to be in this room. And we've had some amazing guest speakers that have come through the 5-day property challenge. I mean, some amazing. We had B. Simone, we had Jeezy, we have Marcus and Lamonis, we had Rick Ross, we had Floyd, we had Inky, we had Eric Thomas, Tiffany Montgomery, Nehemiah Davis, David Shantz. We had some amazing people that has come through here. Now, for some of you, right, I have an offer for those of you who can't do titanium right now. If you can't do titanium right now, just put me in the chat. Just say, Coach T, I can't do titanium, but I do want to get in the room. Like, I really want to do titanium right now. Just put me in the chat right now. Those of you who can do titanium, you deserve to sit. You deserve to take your seat at the front of the room. You deserve to get the access that you're going to get, because it is an investment that you have to make into yourself. And I'm not going to convince anybody to make an investment into themselves. That's between you, yourself, your spouse, and God. That's it. But what I will say is I understand that everybody cannot do $997. That's why I said titanium is our highest ticket tier. How many of you are titanium right now? How many of you are titanium right now? Just put me in the chat. Like, I'm titanium tonight. I am going to be titanium. You see how powerful this room is? These are decision makers. These are people that are executing right now. I want in. I want in. I know I'm not going to get rich overnight. This knowledge is going to bring generational knowledge for generations to come. I'm going to learn in this room what I haven't been able to learn, trying to piece everything together. Somebody put, I want titanium. Somebody put, I want titanium. I want titanium. I want to be a part of titanium. So for those of you who's saying, I cannot do titanium right now, just put a 1 in the chat. I think y'all broke my chat. Put a 1 in the chat. But you want to do something. Put a 1 in the chat. You want to be able to get in the room somehow. Just put a 1 in the chat. Right? For those of you who want to do titanium and you just need a flexible payment plan, then these are 2 softwares that we use. Let me tell you guys something, because I'm very transparent. Don't go put yourself in unnecessary debt that you cannot afford to pay back. Like, do this because you need to pull money from your retirement account. Do this because you know you got a real estate closing, or you got some money that's coming in that, you know, you'll be able to pay this off, right? Do this because of that. Like, I'm not here to put nobody in a worse position than what you may already be in. I came to lend a hand. I came to break the chains of bondage. I came to bring you what has made me a kingdom-made millionaire. And so I would not be doing you justice if I was just on here to say, any way you need, figure it out. No, that's not smart either. That's not smart. This is what I will tell you. Everybody who say they want to be in should at least buy 1 ticket tonight. Wouldn't you agree? Everybody who say, I want to join the 5-day property challenge and I want to attend PC Live, each and every last one of y'all should have a ticket tonight. Would you agree? There's people in the room that has a poor mindset, and I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about passing over opportunities repeatedly. POOR. Get rid of that poor mindset, right? What is affordability? What you're willing to pay for something, right? When you go to college, do you say, hey, I need you to reduce tuition? When you go to your doctor, do you say, hey, I need for you to reduce your costs? No, because it matters, because it's going to change your life. It's the education, right? Let me tell you what I can do. Everybody should be able to get a ticket no matter what level you at. If you got to get in with general admission just to get your feet in the door, $97. There is no reason why you cannot get $97. And if $97 is not affordable to you, then you're not ready to be a real estate investor. You're not ready to invest in your education. Period. $97. VIP, $297. With general admission, Hey guys, general admission, VIP, platinum, and titanium all comes with a ticket to the in-person event. And whatever ticket tier you buy at is the ticket tier you will be at PC Live. And each one of these tickets, listen, this is what I'm doing for you guys. Each one of these tickets qualify for you to be entered to win a house. Each one of these ticket levels. What's the difference between them? Let me break it down. General admission is, hey, I'm in the Facebook group. I'm part of the 5-day property challenge and I want to be here. $97. That's me. Okay. You get no workbook. Okay. You're going to have to use your notebook, your own notebook. At VIP, you're like, hey, I get to get inside the Zoom room. And on top of that, I get this workbook and you get to hear the questions that are taking place. And you get this really cool background. Platinum is, oh my God, I get everything in VIP and general, but I also get to participate in the virtual networking night. And I also get to get put inside of this private text group that Terica is in with her team and everybody else that's on here. And I get to communicate with like-minded real estate investors for the next 5 days. So if I find an opportunity and I want to bring it back to this room, this may be the room I need to be in. Or if I'm looking for a deal and I'm in this room and somebody have an opportunity, this may be the opportunity I want to invest into. And then we have titanium. One thing about platinum is you're one step away from titanium. So even if you do your $497 ticket today and you say within the next 6 weeks, I'm going to upgrade to titanium, do it before we do our meetup because you want to be here at the meetup, okay? And then we have our titanium, which is the big boy ticket. It includes everything you see from general admission, VIP, and platinum, okay? What happens is this access is this. So there's several levels of access. Okay. We have the circle of investors. Okay. They have the most access. Okay. Direct access to me. Then we have titanium. So titanium is sitting right there by the circle of investors. That is our private room that's only open twice a year. And it is not open right now for anyone. It is closed, but you'll be sitting right next to them. Then you got platinum. Then you got VIP. Then you have general admission. Okay? So all of these levels get you access. All of these levels get you inside the room. All of these levels get you entered to win a house. But only one of these levels give you 3 events for the price of one. Okay, so what I want for you to do is to get your tickets now. Okay, get your general admission tickets. Bet on yourself. How many of you right now, you working on it? Like you're logging in, you're reading everything, you're making a decision right now. Put working on it in the chat. So good. For those of you who like to play in the mud, go get dirty. What do I care? I tell you one thing, that sounds like a very poverty mindset to me, because I'll tell you this. If I had a choice, I would never want to get it out the mud. If I had a choice, I would never want to get it out the mud. If I had a choice, I would stand on the shoulders of somebody who went before me. If I had that choice. That's the truth. When you get to a certain level, you realize this. You're going to sound mean and insensitive to people that has a poverty mindset. That means I don't care what your financial situation is, because nobody cared about my financial situation. And then y'all got somebody on here that's saying a dumb number, right? That's right. Go get it out the mud. But it may seem like I'm insensitive. I just don't play with the poverty spirit because it's contagious. I will not play with a poverty spirit because it is contagious. Do you understand? A poverty spirit comes with the deaf, dumb, and blind spirit. That means no matter what I say, no matter what you see, and no matter what you hear, you got a deaf, dumb, and blind spirit on you. Y'all get out of alignment with those people. Kick those people out your life. Get rid of those people quick ways, fast, and fast. So what I want to do is I want to say this pledge with you guys. And it's a very important pledge. Can y'all fix my slides, please? I am a first-generational millionaire. I say this pledge and I say it with honor. And I say it with all authority. Because I know what it's like when you're the only one in your family trying to figure this out. I know what it's like when you're the only one in your family trying to head in that direction. I am a first-generational millionaire and a generational curse breaker. I wear this badge with pride, knowing I am creating a legacy of abundance. I embrace my journey, trusting that blessings are on their way, even when I cannot see them. I am worthy of success and abundance. I am worthy of success and abundance. I am worthy of success and abundance. I move forward in faith, believing my time is now. When is your time? Now. Because every later is a stolen now. Every later, I'll get to it later, it's a stolen now. It takes your moment away from you now. So what I want to do is I want you guys right now to comment in the chat who all went all in. If you went all in, put me. If you went all in, put me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Michael bring up someone who has taken action, purchased their titanium ticket, and explain what it means to be in the room and why did they do that. And then we're going to answer all the frequently asked questions, okay? That sound good? For those of you who's like, I need more information, T, I got you. Don't worry. We about to get into the weeds of it, right? Answer all your questions that you may have. But before I get off of here, your time is now. It's not later. It's not, I'm going to get back to it. It's now. It is right now. Somebody put right now in the chat. It is right now. So go get your tickets. Go get your tickets. Go get your tickets. And I want to see you guys in the room. Let's go. I'm excited.